Welcome to Wonder Recaps. In today's video I will go through an action movie from 2010, known as The Losers. Turn on subtitles, spoilers ahead. The Losers opens with a shot of the Yankee flag, which is quick became the heritage of an beside the point shadow puppet show. The audience is then delivered to the human beings across the flag that make up a Black Ops group. That is a part of the United States Special Forces. We've got Jensen, the comms and tech specialist, Cougar, the sniper, Pooch, heavy weapons and transportation, and Roque, explosives. Those four men, plus Clay, their de facto chief, make up the Losers. While we meet the group, they're playing a card sport and making a bet with guns that they have taken from their enemies. They're interrupted through their commander, Clay, who tells them that it's time to get on with their project. They're in Bolivia on a seek and damage task in opposition to a drug lord, as they may be scouting out the compound for an airstrike to take it out, even though they spot a group of toddler slaves which are being held captive through the drug lord. They try to call off the assault, however the commanding officer, codenamed Max, doesn't care that there are youngsters on website online and orders that the strike happen. Besides, uncomfortable with the idea of putting off children, the Losers take subjects into their very own palms. They breach the compound and take out as many of the drug lord's guys as they could as they attempt to get to the youngsters. They manage to get all but one of the youngsters loaded up onto a bus to power them to protection. The final toddler is being held at knife point by the drug lord and is looking forward to Clay. He tells the agent that Max will kill him too, and that he won't be a part of Max's plan. If Clay is stressed by way of the one statements, he doesn't display it. He's too busy attempting to protect the younger boy. Regardless of telling him that he'll permit him live if he releases the boy, Clay kills the drug lord, after which hurries to get out of the compound before the airstrike is launched. They barely make it out of the range of the firebomb, however they do make it. The children are manifestly terrified and all they could do as soon as the hearth dies down at the back of them is nervously chortle. A helicopter arrives to rescue the crew, unaware that they controlled to shop the children. The Losers are informed that there isn't sufficient room for each them and the children, and Clay effortlessly comes to a decision to position the youngsters on it. The Losers could make their personal manor back. Max is also unaware that the Losers rescued the youngsters and orders that the helicopter that they have been presupposed to be on be destroyed. The Losers can't do something as they hear the kill order on their radios and watch the missile hit the helicopter and kill the children they labored so hard to store. Nearly as bad as looking the youngsters die is knowing that the attack turned into meant for them. They throw their canine tags into the burning helicopter to permit the sector suppose that they died after they have been supposed to. The Losers are blamed for the dying of the children, and the Yank public is outraged at their deaths. Because the Losers are presumed to be useless, it is simple in charge it on them and deny that they had been acting on any type of army orders. The Losers allow the sector believe that they're useless, however this leaves them stranded in Bolivia, seeing that they don't have sufficient cash or the right paperwork to move again domestic to the USA. After 4 months have passed on the grounds that their alleged deaths, the Losers have incorporated into Bolivian society and taken on jobs. Clay hasn't forgotten Max or what the drug lord stated approximately him, and he's decided to analyze greater approximately the mysterious guy. Irritated that he's still stuck on this, Roque tells him to permit this obsession move into recognition on the way to get home. That night, Clay is approached at a bar by a girl that he noticed looking him and Roque earlier. He's taking her lower back to his hotel room under the guise of hooking up with her, while in truth he needs answers approximately why she's following him. She tells him that she has a commercial enterprise provide for him, after which Quick pulls her gun out to attack him. Being closely skilled in combat, Clay defends himself, though his motel room is trashed and lit on hearth. The fight culminates in a series of sluggish movement shots until the female tells him that she can help him find Max. The two manipulate to get out of the now blazing room, and the girl tells him that she is capable of get them back into the US, with the best trap being that she wishes Max dead. Keen to peer the person pay for his moves, Clay agrees to this, notwithstanding understanding that there's a threat that she's mendacity to him. He relays this information to the Losers, who are hesitant to need to accept assist from her. Hesitant or now not, they agree to fulfill together with her to pay attention what she has to mention. So, tomorrow, the group meets up in a cemetery and he or she lays out her plan. Internationally in Dubai, we in the end get a glimpse of Max. He's status on top of a constructing with a few cronies and men which might be effectively his prisoners. They are inside the center of a negotiation that doesn't appear to be going well for either side. Max is informed through one of the men that they'll not be capable of preserve with this deal due to his morals. This manifestly upsets Max, and he has the man thrown from the roof. The lifeless guy's buddies tell him that he turned into the one with the objections. They're greater than satisfied to continue with the association. However, it'll fee Max quite a whole lot of cash. Unbothered by means of that, Max is prepared to hold. The target audience then receives to watch as a small island is completely obliterated by way of a brand new type of weapon. This bomb is a sonic dematerializer, informally known as a snook. It's a bomb that is simply as powerful as a nuclear weapon, however that makes use of sonic waves. So there's no fallout. That is all defined to Max from the safety of a helicopter as he watches the destruction unfold. He desires to purchase numerous of those from the scientists in Dubai and promote them to the maximum bidder, no matter who that may be. His intention is to begin every other war. He claims to assist store the United States, even though the actual solution is possibly so that he could make thousands and thousands by means of promoting fingers to both sides in anything struggle. Might also get up. Back with the losers, the mysterious girl, who is known as Aisha, uses her connections to get the crew back into the United States. From there, they comply with a loopy plan related to stealing a Navy helicopter to get to Miami, and wherein Max is meant to be. Despite following Via along with her cease of their deal up to now, Roque simply doesn't consider her. He puts a gun to her head and tells her that he'll pull the cause if he even suspects that she's tricking them. As soon as in Miami, the team units up their position to kidnap Max. They control to efficaciously hold their mission, but inside the technique, Pooch is recognized by using one of the guys employed to defend Max. After they rendezvous after stealing the truck, they consider Max is in. They recognize that they are fallacious. Max become by no means there at all. Alternatively, they had been tricked via Aisha into stealing Max's tough power. Whilst Clay is prepared to kill her for mendacity to them, Aisha does manipulate to convince them to interrupt into the hard force to see what form of secrets Max is hiding and willing to shield, with greater firepower than could be used to shield the president. But this creates anxiety between Clay and Roque and ultimately ends in Roque storming off. To add to their problems, the hard force is closely encrypted and even Jensen isn't able to hack through the protections. Jensen is able, but to infiltrate the enterprise that made the hard power where he manages to thieve the set of rules used to encrypt it. After they may be eventually capable of get into the hard drive, they recognize that it holds sufficient credit on it to make a $400 million transfer. The losers don't understand what he plans on doing with that money, but they realize it may be good. The target market, of direction, realizes that Max deliberate on the use of the difficult power to buy the snooks. Searching at any other part of the hard drive, Jensen is able to trace the cache drift to what they count on have to be Max's base of operations, the La International port of access. With Clay and Roque having made up at least sufficient to get via the challenge, the crew makes a plan to take out Max as soon as and for all. Whilst combing through the difficult pressure even in addition, Jensen discovers that the Bolivia challenge wasn't an actual Navy operation in any respect, but became a cover so that Max could have the drug lord killed. It turns out that the Kingpin controlled to study Max's plan and changed into looking to prevent him from going via with it. Jensen additionally learns why Aisha is so decided to peer Max killed. She is the daughter of the drug lord. Assuming that the losers will betray her, Aisha shoots Jensen within the arm and escapes. The losers additionally count on that she may betray them and so pass the timeline in their attack. Up, they begin to make their manner through the port, choosing off Max's men as they come across them. Clay and Roque find a trailer full of coins and Clay wonders if they're being installation. It seems that the losers didn't need to worry approximately Aisha betraying them, and had been extra worried with members in their very own crew. Roque knocks Clay out and takes him to Wade, Max's maximum relied on consultant. Roque tells Clay that he made a deal after the venture in Miami due to the fact he didn't want to preserve following him from mission to mission till Clay were given them all killed. At the least this manner, Roque receives to walk away together with his existence. What Roque didn't recognize though, is what Max had delivered for the losers as soon as he captured them. The port of La isn't definitely his base of operations, but is a CIA coin stash, and the losers are actually going to rob it for him. The snook scientists asked for pretty a piece more money than he was watching for and wanted it in coins, so that you could prevent the coins from being traced again to him. Max can have the losers do his dirty paintings for him. Once the money arrives to in which Max is, he cuts the scientists out and has it loaded up onto his aircraft. Max's plan all alongside has been to border them as a couple of extremists and to apply them to begin the global conflict that he mentioned earlier. Surprising each person, Aisha comes returned to rescue the losers. With her assist, they're able to take out the small organization of men that has taken them prisoner inside the combat to get loose, even though Pooch is shot in each of his legs. Notwithstanding getting to know that Clay is the one who killed her father, Aisha nonetheless agrees to assist them find and kill Max, understanding that that is the higher choice to make. At some point of the gunfight among the losers and Max's men, Roque steals the aircraft full of coins. As he is trying to get in the air, Wade follows closely on a motorbike. Seeing this, Cougar shoots the engine at the motorcycle, which explodes. The explosion launches Wade through the air and directly into the engine of the aircraft, which then also explodes and kills both Roque and Wade. At some point of all of this, Max makes the scientist prompt one of the snooks, after which kills him. This not only eliminates every other witness, but also guarantees that nobody else may be able to use the snooks, since he turned into the sole developer. Max flees the scene, wanting to get as away as possible before detonating the bomb. However, Clay spots and follows him. The two come to a very last standoff, and Clay is pressured to select among killing Max and saving all of La from being blown up. Understanding what desire he has to make, Clay chooses to allow Max cross with a view to keep the metropolis and save you all out battle. After the losers are reunited, Clay gets a smartphone name from Max. Clay tells him that in spite of him getting away today, he hasn't gotten away for all time. And this time, he is aware of what Max looks as if, and that he'll be seeing him again real quickly. At the same time as escaping on a bus, Max is robbed with the aid of men on the bus, and that is the remaining that the audience sees of the all-effective and all-conniving Max. Meanwhile, the losers embark on their subsequent task, getting Pooch to the clinic to be there for the delivery of his son. The challenge is a success. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and click on the bell icon to get new film recaps continuously.